of all, this is the host coaching. Your host is your business partner. I was looking at my statistics and realized that my hostesses were earning as much in product, if not more, than I was earning in cash. So I call this a 50-50 business partnership. So when they say that they want to host a party, I get the party date on the calendar as soon as possible. One thing, here's a little nugget. I decided that at some point my hostesses were kind of taking over my schedule. And the day that I decided I sat down with my husband and decided that I was only going to do parties 2 days a week. And I could have multiple time slots during that time. But when someone says I want to host a party, I say, okay, I do parties on Sunday evenings and Thursday evenings. I have a 7:30 and an 8:30. Which one generally works for you? And then we'll go from there. And then they come back and they say, oh, Sundays work for me. And so I will send them my available dates on Sundays. And so that has really worked to have boundaries for my family and while I'm working. And it has worked out a lot better than just saying I'm available all the time, because I'm not. So also what I do is I email them a digital host packet with her job description. And then I will also send her a snail mail packet, and that includes catalogs and order forms so that she can get outside orders for maybe a job or maybe her neighbors or her kids' friends or during carpool line. So I will send her an email, and I'll actually include part of the email here. As soon as her party's on the calendar, I send it to her. And I say, as the host of a Facebook party, you will have 3 main jobs. I will do everything else. Number 1, personally invite and get your guests there during the party. I am very strict about this, and in my email, it's bright red, and you have to personally invite people. Do not just add people to your event or your group without asking. If somebody does that to me, I politely decline or I just leave the group. But if somebody asks me and takes the time, that bugs me when I haven't heard from somebody in 2 years and all of a sudden they want to ask me. Do not do that. Do not be that person. The next thing, and that's how I coach all of my hostesses. Number 2 is interact with the guests before, during, and after the party, and this is really key. And number 3 is to keep track of the tickets so that we can choose the winner of my grand prize. So it's really key to keep your hostess engaged, because I'm telling you over and over, I tell my team all the time, your hostess will make or break your party. And her job is so important. So if you can, just keeping track of the tickets, that helps her stay engaged during the party. And I give her I do some host coaching right before the party. I'll say, hey, what you'll want to do is be the first person to comment on every time that I post something, because then you will get a notification that somebody is posting after you. Go ahead and keep a piece of paper, a tally, or even a spreadsheet if you want to. But when you like somebody else's your guest comment, write it down. That way you know that's kind of where you left off. So those are some keys that I teach them. Okay, their jobs are very simple, but very, very, very crucial to the success of their party. So, and I want them to earn, that's the operative word, earn their Norwex wish list for free. So they will need to do those 3 things in order to rock their party. And so that's part of the email that I actually send to them. So personal invitations, like I said, I'm very strict about this. Personally invite your guests to your party. When and if they say yes, then you may add them to your Norwex Facebook party. And this includes you guys too. If y'all are having a launch party or own party, do not just add people. Here's another nugget. You want to end your invitation or the private message that you send them with a specific question. What do you want to know from them? Don't end with small talk. Don't say, let me know if you want the invitation, because then they're not going to let you know. Ask a question, a specific question. May I add you to this exclusive party? May I add you to my Norwex presentation? May I add you to my party group? Ask them the question so that it keeps the conversation going. So why is this so important? Well, to do the personal interaction. Well, whether you choose a Facebook group, a Facebook event, or a messenger group chat, you want to say no to spam. This is against Norwex policies and procedures. It's also not okay with the Facebook rules. Nobody wants to get red flagged, by Facebook. And who has time for Facebook jail? I don't. You can also call that Facebook timeout. Here's the key. A lot of people are scared of Facebook jail. If you act like a robot or a spammer, you will be treated that way. So just don't do it. Also, the importance of having a personal conversation, well, it starts the conversation with your guest about Norwex. If they have an excuse, you have an answer. This will increase the number of people who actually attend, participate, order, book, and join your team. So when somebody has an excuse, usually there's a lot going on. I get it. Everybody is busy. But if they say something to the effect of, I can't come because I have, such and such a meeting, or my kid has something, I say, oh, no worries. That's one of the beauties of a Facebook party, is you can just catch up when you're free, when you get home, or the next day. And so that's one of the things. If they say, oh, I already use such and such a product, well, I have an answer for that. So if I had just added them to my group, I would have never been able to have that conversation and never been able to kind of have a rebuttal to the reason why they can't come. And I have over and over, this has helped me get them to my group or get them to the party when I have an answer, when I have a conversation going.